Jane Blonde, The Perfect Spylet is a little book. It's a separate story for Jane Blonde, and it was created especially for World Book Day a couple of years ago. And World Book Day is a charity day where children in the UK can get to buy a book for £1. And lots of authors put forward their books, and these special £1 versions are done of them. So I was very, very honoured to be asked to write a Jane Blonde, and I thoroughly enjoyed writing this particular story as well. So it is still available in the shops, just about, and I'm going to read you a little bit of it here. And chapter 1, Seacrest and Argents. Jane Blonde, sensational Spylet, who just minutes ago had been ordinary schoolgirl Janie Brown, emerged from the Wower in her trademark silver lycra spy suit. The fabulous spy shower had transformed her once more into a shimmering picture of Spylet perfection. Her multifunctional platinum ponytail danced from side to side, and her keen eyes sparkled behind her slender ultra-gog glasses. Everything was as normal for the country's #1 girl spy in training, except... Bent bananas! G-Mama shuddered as Blonde hobbled across the spy lab. You look like you need a walking stick. What is wrong with the Blonde? Janie shrugged, or at least tried to. It feels a bit... She wriggled and dropped into a couple of combat poses. Tight. Her Spike, Solomon's Qualificational Investigations Kid Educator, slapped a hand to her forehead, wincing as she caught herself in the eye with a large diamante cocktail ring. You had a growth spurt. I think I must have, said Janie. My toes are crammed up against the end of my feet. Shall we try and stretch it a bit? Won't work, Blondie. G-Mama shook her head, a terrifying gleam in her eye. No, there's nothing else for it. Janie stepped back in alarm as G-Mama lunged towards her, brandishing a small square of plastic. What are you going to do with that? With this, girly girl, I'm taking you shopping. G-Mama waved the plastic card around gleefully. It just arrived from your dad. Unlimited spending on a sole spread-it account. That's where we've got the money, honey. Janie grinned. Her father was the mysterious head of Solomon's Qualificational Investigations. His work as a global spying genius kept him pretty busy, but he always looked after Janie from a distance, in whatever ways he could. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. I meant to be going round to see Alfie, but he won't mind if I cancel to go shopping. Janie couldn't really imagine that Alfie Halliday, her best friend and fellow Spylet, would want to accompany her and her Spike on a shopping trip. But G-Mama was already wrapping Trouble the Spy Cat around her neck like a fat furry scarf and chugging on her crimson roller boots. Ah, forget tomorrow! Do you think spy shops open so any old boring ordinaries can go in? Blonde girl, we're going right now! Shopping for spy goods is a nighttime activity. You'll see. Now grab your aspic. But it's midnight, started Janie. But G-Mama had already zoomed downstairs to her front door, and Trouble was meowing for Janie to follow. She rolled her eyes. Her mum had tucked her up in bed 4 hours ago. Little did she know that, minutes later, Janie had zipped through the spy door that linked her bedroom to G-Mama's spy lab next door. Janie sighed. Here we go again, she thought. They careered down back streets at breakneck speed, Janie on her aeronautical spy conveyor, G-Mama on her superfast spy skates. After a while, Janie realised that they were headed for the city's main shopping district, where she and her mum came to do their Christmas shopping. Moments later, they were on Cambridge Street, where all the biggest shops were. They slowed to a less conspicuous pace so as not to draw too much attention from passers-by. Janie looked around her. But these are just ordinary shops. Ha! They're mostly pretty boring, I'll grant you, said G-Mama, cruising to a halt in front of Janie's mum's favourite department store. But Seacrest and Argents is just a little special. Follow me, zany Janie, into Wonderland. G-Mama, I think you're wrong, hissed Janie, as a Spike looked around to make sure no one was watching, then swiped her spread-it card down the doorframe. G-Mama snorted. Am I now? She said, as the door evaporated before them. Watch and learn, Spylet. Watch and learn. Janie gasped as, tingling with anticipation, she followed G-Mama into the dark department store. What if the alarm went off? She imagined trying to explain to the police that she was just looking for a new spy suit at 1 o'clock in the morning. They'd think she was crazy. She pointed to the swanky makeup and perfume counters. Are you sure this is a special spy store? Seacrest and Argent's blonde elision. Think about it. G-Mama skipped towards the up escalator. Just lose a few little letters and you've got secret agents. Clever, huh? Welcome to Spy's very own department store. Yep, your daddykins owns this place, and tonight, Zany Janie, it's just for us. Janie glanced around. Spy's very own store? But there was no time to question G-Mama any further as the Spike was halfway up the escalator. Come on, Blondie, she called. Children's wear is up here. Janie pulled herself together and stepped onto the escalator. Once she reached the top, G-Mama spun around with a flourish. Here we are, she crooned. We'll get everything you need here. Where? Said Janie. Surely her new blonde outfit wasn't going to be jeans and a jumper. G-Mama's glitter-dusted eyes gleamed. Now, I just need to activate the sprinklers. The sprinklers? What? No, G-Mama, no! G-Mama had many moments of madness, but this one seemed spectacularly enormous, the mad moment to end all mad moments. Suddenly she grabbed Janie's hand and trained the laser finger of her Girl Gauntlet gadget glove at a sprinkler on the ceiling. Then the spike squeezed hard. Janie tried in vain to free her hand and cringed as within seconds the sprinkler system sprang into action. Everything was getting soaked. Janie shook her head in despair. G-Mama had finally lost it. But then the spike abruptly let go of Janie's hand and spread her arms wide. A rap to mark the occasion. She shimmied and swayed cobra-like in front of Janie. See, Preston Argent is the place to buy every little thing you need to spy. Gauntlets, aspics, lispets, gogs, fleet feet, spy suits, and spy pods. Every single piece of Spylet gear is here at S&A. Oh, yeah! G-Mama finished with a deafening whoop. I was thinking of recording that one. What do you think? Janie was too busy staring to answer. The sprinkler system had stopped, and while G-Mama had been rapping, something quite amazing had happened. The rails of regular children's clothes were now laden with spy suits of every colour, size and design imaginable. She could see her own silver suit, and the soft silky denim look one that Alfie wore when he transformed into Spylet Al Halo. To the left and right were piles of accessories, girl gauntlets and boy battlers, racks of ultra-gogs in a range of frames and colours, fleet feet, fleet boots, espadrilles, rollerblades, rocket hair clips, chunky necklaces that Janie knew were spids, the spy visualators. She turned around slowly. It's incredible. Not your rap. I mean, that's very good, obviously, Janie added quickly. But this place, how? You work it out, blonde, like a good little Spylet. G-Mama folded her arms and waited. And with the small flash in her brain that always accompanied a moment of Spylet understanding, it came to Janie. It's a giant wower! The sprinklers change the clothes and stuff like the one in the spy lab changes me. Bingo, said G-Mama with a grin. The power of the wower, girly girl. And now finally we can get on with some shopping.